Good morning, everybody, and welcome back after what I hope was a lovely long weekend for you. You may notice a different background here in Portugal for a number of reasons, family and work related. BestAgent, some of the BestAgent team actually work in Lisbon in Portugal, and I haven't seen them in person since before the pandemic. So this week I've meeting up with and will be meeting up with more of the BestAgent team out here. I've got to just show you the view from where I am because I'm in the middle of I'm somewhere a couple of hours north of Lisbon in a really remote rural location beside a big lake, and you can probably hear the birds singing. It's a truly beautiful and remote spot. It feels like it could me get straight into the news today. I'm going to start with the story on EAT today about more and more homes being downvalued. It's coming from mortgage brokers. They're saying 1 in 30 homes being downvalued 30 to 40,000 quid. Now, that's not going to be a surprise to anybody, but it's important to see that as one of the advanced indicators of what's coming down the line with tightening situations. There are also other stories from Savills about fewer first-time buyers and first-time buyers being impacted by the cost of living crisis. So you're definitely going to see, as I was talking about last week, an increase in factors that are going to start to hold back buying power. They're going to see an increase in the weakening of, or a worsening in the weakening of house prices. So just bear that in mind when you're agreeing deals, because there's no point in agreeing deals that are definitely going to get downvalued. It just ends up costing you a lot of money and time down the line. The other story, let me just go, sorry, I'll get onto the news here, make sure I've got keep up with myself. Forgive me, I've got to just change my tabs. I want to share a story which I think is important with... Oh, sorry, guys. I am not as on top of this as I should be this morning. There we go. Can you see that? Now, I want to talk about the national trading standards changing the rules on upfront information for advertising properties. Okay, and the first step, which is putting in lease length and tenure, didn't seem to me like a big step. But if you read this article in Property Industry Eye today, and it talks about a podcast that was discussing it, it starts to talk about phase 2 and phase 3 of the changes, and that is worth being aware of, because it's going to make it basically the upfront information, a lot of the material upfront information is going to have to be published upfront on the portals before you can list a property. Now, on the one hand, a lot of agents think, oh God, this is so much extra work getting upfront information. And that's true, but it's only saving you work down the line. So in the overall process of selling a property, it is not any extra work unless you don't sell a property. So it's just a change at what point in the process you are collecting this information from your clients. And I see it as an opportunity for forward-thinking agents to really help close the deal on instruction with a client, to say the rules are changing, we're going to need all this information up front. Let's not wait till it becomes rule. Let's get a step ahead. Your property is going to be easier and more prepared to be bid on by buyers if you've got this up front. And yes, I can see why at that delicate stage of trying to close a deal, extra work and extra admin can go against you when you're time poor. But if you've got no choice about it anyway, because they're going to change the law on it, then I think the agents that move first on preparing their clients and their clients' properties for sale up front are going to see significant advantages down the line. So it's an investment of your time to change your processes to get that done earlier. And I think the agents that start doing that before others are not only going to increase the chances of winning business in the first place, but are going to save themselves the last minute panic of having to do it and getting it updated in your CRMs and onto the portals when the law finally changes further down the line. Okay, so that's still not keeping up with myself with the headings here. That was actually my tip of the day, is how to use what's in the news, which is actually material and actually affects all agents and therefore qualifies as news, which is what I'm all about on this show. and turn it to your advantage. So definitely the weakening in prices, the weakening in first-time buyer demand, the increase in down valuations, that definitely affects all of you. And um, don't keep your head in the sand about that. Be aware of that. Be a step ahead of it. And definitely the change in law, although the first stage of it, which comes into law at the end of this month, May, I think, which is lease length and council tax band. I mean, I'm amazed that there aren't agents already doing that. But it's a warm up step. So I would use it to get ahead of the place. If anyone's there watching me who wants to say hello, please do say hello. I'd love to say hello to you back on here. I'm going to be doing the breakfast show from Portugal all of this week. This morning I'm not in Lisbon, but tomorrow morning and the rest of the week I'll be doing it from the centre of Lisbon, which is one of my favourite cities in Europe. I'm actually half Portuguese, so I've got a lot of family out here in Lisbon. But that had nothing to do with the fact that I also opened my own software development place in Lisbon quite a few years ago, and that's the team that's built BestAgent. So guys, try to ease you back into the working week gently after what I hope was a lovely long weekend for you. Remember, you're changing people's lives, literally. Whether you do your job well or badly, you're changing their lives for the better or the worse. And the one other thing, I'm just going to give you a tip about what I'm going to talk about more tomorrow, and that is the number of agents saying that they can't find good staff and they can't afford to keep good staff. As an as an observer of this industry, whose first priority is to try to find a better deal for movers, I genuinely think that agents not charging high enough fees is a cause of most problems in the industry, including the fact that you can't afford quality staff. If you were charging 1.5 to 2% fees, you would be able to attract better quality staff. And also, the staff who are currently choosing to work on their own might be and go freelance and go self-employed might be less likely to do so if the salaries and conditions of employment in the industry were better. But at the moment, as a whole, as an industry, and this is true. I'm sorry, like it or not, England has the lowest estate agent fees in Europe and in most of the world. Right? Just sit with that for a while. Ask yourself why. All of you, I think have got to do a better job at not dropping your fees so quickly. You've got to be better at defending your fees, getting a higher fee, getting your income higher, which allows you to invest more in your business and your staff and your future. Guys, thank you for tuning in, everybody that has. Hello, Mark from New Zealand. Yes, someone has got to do my job, haven't they? I think I just showed Mark's comment there. And amazingly, no one is doing my job of having an overview of the industry, both with the mover's hat on and with someone who understands agent's hat on as well, cutting through the nonsense of the rubbish prop tech lead gen stuff that doesn't help you, finding you the options that do actually help improve your business and affect you, and also going through the news every day to find what really are the most important stories of the sort of 15 or 20 stories that are out there every day. 2 or 3 of them are really important and worth making sure you're aware of. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Please do share this show if you like it and you want to support me with the spreading of this word. Share the show on social media. Where you see the invitations to sign up for tomorrow's show, please do click the set reminder button or tune in or clicking attending. It all helps the algorithm to spread the word to more agents that it's happening. And if you think this is valuable, please share it with everyone. And in the meantime, I'm going to wish you a very happy Tuesday. I'm going to get myself into the car and drive to Lisbon now, just a couple of hours away. And I will see you from Lisbon tomorrow morning. Thanks, guys. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye. And also one last thing I'll show you on here is the breakfast I've got waiting for me. Yummy. Have a good one.